This Kirblog's about music from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Alright, so the day that this is going up, you can stop now on the track of me and doing the kazoo. At the time this is going up, it is July 15th, the D23 Expo is happening, and probably shortly after this goes up is going to be when the supposed big new news, well, I guess we'll see. I'm sure Nomura would like for us to temper our expectations, but some new news regarding Kingdom Hearts 3, in addition to the announcements of a new world in Kingdom Hearts 3 will be happening at the D23 Expo, the video game press conference thing they're doing. So I thought to do another quick little Kirblog related to Kingdom Hearts, just a short, fun one. Also, by the way, sorry I've been delaying on doing new Kirblogs in a while. Just Anime Expo came up, and people were in from out of town, and I was not feeling well for a while. I basically did get sick for a little bit, and back to full speed, and I thought, why not, and give this a shot. So you can probably tell I'm still mildly getting over it at the time I'm recording this. Nonetheless, all right, so I came up with my top 10 favorite music tracks from the entire Kingdom Hearts franchise thus far. Of course, we don't have a KH3 OST to go off of just yet, but as of the current time, these are my top 10 favorites, and I'm going to go over my reasons as to why. Number 10, Majestic Wings from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. So this is the first bit of new music that I think we heard in general from this game. This was from one of the early trailers, which is what I primarily associate it with, even though it is part of the Wargoyle boss battle that you have in the Notre Dame Cité de Cloches level. And always fun to hear it again, when it comes back up in the real part of the game. Now having actually played it with Ben and Casey and Heather. But this theme I find is really a standout. There are a lot of really good tracks, throughout Dream Drop Distance, but this one in particular really sticks out to me because for some reason, even though it's just like a level boss theme and not even like an important one, it feels so like grand and big and like a bigger deal than it actually is in the context of what it's used for. And it's probably just because it was used in that early trailer and just, synced up with all the other cool footage they were showing of like, when we didn't fully know what the plot was going to be or what some of the story twists were going to be and everything. But it's still one that this is one that I would go back and listen to a lot, as I'm sure will be the case with many of these tracks. I'll be telling stories about that. But I put that one on the lowest because it's among the newer ones, and it doesn't feel as classic to me. I say that as Dream Drop Distance is already I think a good 4 or 5 years old already, which is crazy. Nonetheless, so that one's number 10. Number 9, Rowdy Rumble from Kingdom Hearts 2. This is the sort of goofy, wacko villain character boss theme. Most predominantly played when you fight against Pete in that game. She's used a few times in some other ones as well. Like in Birth by Sleep, I think it might be in Dream Drop Distance somewhere. But this one I associate most with just knocking Pete on his ass many times throughout the majority of Kingdom Hearts 2. And also, old school TTA fans might recognize that I used this one more than a few times, I think, when certain characters popped up, I think in the later, last few episodes of TTA. So I have a special place in my heart for that one from back when back when Kingdom Hearts 2 was first coming out, and actually while I was doing the original TTA, because that would have been 2006, so I was just listening to the Kingdom Hearts 2 and Sonic 06 OSTs quite extensively, and that was my listenership at the time. Nonetheless, number 8, Wave of Darkness. This is from the Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Fragmentary Passage demo that we got recently with the 2.8 package. And this one is also low on the list because it is so relatively new, but my god, Yoko Shimomura, who, of course, she's a genius. I've gone on and on about how much I adore her talent as a musician. She really pulled out all the stops for how fucking cool this one was. Especially for just, fighting a bunch of, a big cluster of Shadow Heartless. It's not even here's, a new, character. But it's a new boss, but it's not a new, character as a boss. And yet, same kind of thing as what I mean about Majestic Wings. It felt so much bigger and more important than it actually was used. And then again, it was more important context than fighting a Dream Eater boss in the Notre Dame level or whatever. But I don't know, just this one, like, it felt like way cooler than I was expecting, and I'm almost kind of hoping that it'll. I mean, I'm sure it probably will be like used a lot in Kingdom Hearts 3, most likely. But yeah, and also this one has the distinct advantage, and I mean, you know, I'm kind of completely falling for probably what they were intending to, you know, wanting to get you to buy it. Is they included this on the incredible Kingdom Hearts Orchestra collection that just came out very recently, and I'm sure was played at the live concerts and everything that they did. So, you know, much love for that track. I totally bought into it. I'm falling for the trap of, like, go buy 0.2 or whatever. I didn't fall for they also included, by the way, I think it's Daybreak Town from the Key mobile game or whatever. They have that track in the orchestral thing. I didn't buy that game, so I'm not a complete sucker, but, you know, I fall for you anyway, Square. You get me all the goddamn time, so... Anyway, all right, number 7. Monstro Battle, Monstrous Monstro. This is the combat theme from the Monstro Pinocchio level from Kingdom Hearts 1. It's interesting. This one was competing a little bit for the Alice in Wonderland stage battle music. Both are equally very poppy and goofy and are often the tracks that remind me, oh, right, the person who does the music for Kingdom Hearts also did the music for Super Mario RPG. Wow, and I would say probably the Alice in Wonderland battle theme is more Mario RPG-esque in terms of Yoko Shimomura's kind of signature sort of choices in her melodies and things. But something about Monstrous Monstro, literally, this is one of those tracks that I can just put on like the fucking 30-minute loop videos that people make and just let it go for a good, like, maybe 10 minutes or so. Like, I never get tired of it, and I never like can quite find the exact perfect place to be like, okay, now I'm gonna stop listening to it. Ah, crap, now. And it has this weird thing where it's like it goes into that sort of down tempo. I don't know the exact musical term, somebody correct me, but like when it sounds like kind of dire, like bum 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 bum, and then the second go around it's like all happy and upbeat. It's like and I'm like, oh, I don't want to stop because I love it so much, damn it. And then when it's in the bad zone, I'm like, no, I don't want to stop because I wanted to get happy again. Like Confliction, it's like it's a perfect loop of happiness. So yeah, it's earned the lucky number 7 slot. Number 6, Enter the Darkness, also known as the first battle theme against Vanitas from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So this one, I will fully admit, is a little cheaty because it's actually multiple themes, but it is Vanitas' battle theme specifically, so, you know, there's another one later on here that is a complete cheat, and I'll get into why. But it's actually the fact that this is sort of, and how fitting, it's a villain battle theme, and it's very cheaty in the way that it's like multiple tracks in a very, very clever, sneaky kind of way that only if you were like really pay close attention would you get this. Because I have loved this track for a long time, because it's like from even just the most base level, like edgelord, cool, like whoa, jumping around, fighting guy in the Power Ranger mask and shit, whoa, kind of level. You know, it's just that alone, it's really, really cool and effective. But when you realize, oh, there's Ventus's theme, and there's Shion's theme, and there's Roxas's theme, and then there's Sora's theme and Kyra's theme, and it's like, how the hell did they like sneak all these little bits of the melodies like into this somewhere? Like, some of them are a little more obvious, like you can tell Sora's like, it's like a bad version of Sora's da na 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 na, but then like a really fast version of I think it's Ventus's theme, when I saw that I think somebody in like a YouTube comment like pointed that out, that like, oh no, I think it was a whole video like dissecting like this is a whole bunch of different themes, and I'm like, fuck me, man, that's clever as hell. Wow. So that very quickly shot up to number 6 for me. Number 5, simply Naminé's theme. And it's funny because I did play through all of Chain of Memories on the original Game Boy Advance version of it. And yet I did not really associate this one too heavily until I played the later games. And I never actually bought the Chain of Memories, the PS2 port of it or whatever. But hearing this theme in a lot of the other ones later, this is a theme that I always think of a lot whenever I need something very calm and soothing, and I think I even might have used this as reference for a music track and maybe something in tone. I forget if it was for either Weston or Yoav, but one of the more calm, cute, like, piano tracks, I think I gave them Naminé's theme as sort of a reference to go off. And I'm like, yeah, something like this, please. It's a beautiful theme, great melody, really soft and calming and a little mysterious, just like her, and very cute, also just like her. So yeah, it's at my middle point of number 5. Number 4, Passion, specifically the Kingdom Orchestra version of this song that is played, I think in a few trailers for Kingdom Hearts 2 early on, but what I associate it with most of all are two things. The first one is the intro, like, eye-catch sequence that plays if you let the title screen go on for a little long on Kingdom Hearts 2's just normal screen. And also, because of that, and I used to just listen to that a lot, even, aside from just playing the game, while playing the game, whenever I would finish up a world, and I would be closing up the keyhole with the, magical MacGuffin of that world or whatever it was that would close it, I would imagine the opening bit of this version of the song. I really do like Sanctuary as well. I can never really decide if I like it more or less than Simple and Clean / Hikari, but Utada Hikaru's music is great. That said, this one I really enjoy, and I think that this is... I love all of the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra, like, ending credits medleys that they do for all the Kingdom Hearts games. I didn't put any of those on here because I do feel that, like, they're kind of... they're all-encompassing, sort of tracks and stuff. But this one in particular, I felt was fair to put on here, and it's my favorite version of that song. And, maybe the fact that, like, it is up here says that it kind of just is flat out, like, this is my favorite of the, between the two Kingdom Hearts theme songs that we have. Perhaps that will change if we do inevitably get some sort of new song with 3, which I'm sure we probably will, but nonetheless. Okay, so number 3 is absolutely cheating. There is no denying it. This is the 13th Anthology. The 13th Anthology is a track from the Drammatica Yoko Shimomura orchestral CD that came out several years ago. I forget how long ago now, but it was before the current orchestral CD and the tour that they were taking. But I absolutely love this one. It's cheating because it is, of course, the many different sort of iterations of the organization battle themes that we got throughout the game. It has 13th Struggle and 13th I think it's Where Nothing Gathers or something. The meeting theme, like the opening piano bit, and of course the other versions of the battle themes from 2 and from 2 Final Mix when they added the extra ones, and even I think it's the Lord of the Castle when you fight against the Marluxia in Chain of Memories, which I think that actually this might have been maybe it wasn't my first time hearing that tune, but I think it was the first time that I remembered it, and then because I probably had watched footage of Chain of Memories before that, and I just didn't remember the track itself. But this is a really, really well done medley. Again, it's cheating because it's technically many different subsects of the same tune, which is kind of ironic considering what my number 2 choice is about to be. But I do love it, and I would listen to this one extensively back when it first came out. So that said, number 2 is a little more specific, and funnily enough, it is a similar. In fact, well, really, it is the same track when it gets down to it, the same theme as 13th Anthology. But specifically, this is Deep Dive. Of course. I've told this story on other Kingdom Hearts Kirblogs, but just to sort of sum it up, I had a videotape that I ordered off of eBay years and years ago before 2 was even out. This was when Final Mix came out in Japan, and it had footage of all the new battles and cutscenes and things from Final Mix, and it also, of course, had the Deep Dive trailer at the end of it, which I watched a billion times with all my friends all the time, and we loved it, and it was great. And it also it came with, because I drew something cool on the letter that I sent to the person from eBay who was giving it to me. I drew some Kingdom Hearts characters and stuff on the envelope, and he sent me back a little bonus with a CD burned on it with, I think it was the 4 new tracks that they added specifically to the Final Mix version of the game in Japan. And it had at the end the Deep Dive theme, which I also listened to so many times until I probably broke the VHS tape and the CD that came with it. I love it. It's a beautiful first rendition of this tune that would later go on to, inspire what then, kind of the full circle of the 13th Anthology, at number 3. It's just a beautiful, iconic, amazing layer track. And actually, it's funny because it's relatively simple in terms of like the composition that's in it. It's just so well executed and so fucking cool and memorable. And I will say, I'm not a big fan of 358 Days Over 2 math problem game with Shion and all that, but I do love the fact that the final boss in that is the battle against Riku with his theme playing as it, that should have happened at some point eventually. So it was great to see that and see it used in the perfect way that it was kind of, I guess, semi-intended for kind of shrug, but it's earned my number 2. Little side note, too, major props to the amazing Kaoru Wada of Inuyasha fame, which Inuyasha has fantastic music, of course, for doing a shortened arrangement of this for right before you do the 1,000 Heartless battle in Kingdom Hearts 2. Love that version of it. But that said, my number one favorite Kingdom Hearts music track probably won't be too big of a surprise to people. I might have even said this before somewhere, like when we streamed or one of the other Kirblogs or something, but Fate of the Unknown from, of course, the trailer for Birth by Sleep found in Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts 2, which I must have watched of course, I have to admit, since we didn't get the game, I downloaded a video of it off of some website somewhere, probably like KHVids or something like that, years and years ago, and I watched this video so many goddamn times. I mean, for one thing, the trailer itself is beautifully animated, amazingly choreographed, just looks and feels really cool. It's a great legendary moment. The story itself is really cool, and you can tell kind of certain things about what's going on even without having, knowing what the context or anything is. It's a great little short film, and it is part of the reason the choreography works so well is because it feels like a really awesome music video. In fact, I would actually go ahead and say that not this by itself, but certainly this was one of many influences on how I handle doing fight scenes in animation in general, is almost kind of treating them like they're really, really cool music videos. In my mind, execution-wise, I don't know if I'll ever come close to something of as high quality as the Fate of the Unknown trailer, but my God, it's a piece of art. Just that trailer alone, with everything that goes into it, including especially the piece of music that they built for this, it's truly a work of art, even above, or maybe not above, but just separately from anything else in Kingdom Hearts in and of itself. And I would hope even people that aren't big into the series can look at that and be like, God, this is fucking cool, man. But either way, yeah, this track is incredible. Of course, we had some little bits and pieces of it weaved into other themes. The da 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 section, of course, is a part of Terra's theme, as that turned out to be later on. But I absolutely love every bit of it. It's so varied and complicated and exciting, and it has sad parts and scary parts and cool, exciting parts, and the big final section at the end just gets you so hyped up and oh my God, I have such amazing memories with every second of this track, of this God, I have to remember, I gotta look at it again, I gotta cheat, this 3.5 minute track, there we go, and of course the 3.5 minute beautifully animated trailer to go with it. So, yeah, that's my number 1, and those are my top 10 favorite Kingdom Hearts music tracks, everybody. So, if you're listening to this the day that, rather before the presentation happens, and if you have time before you start rambling and raving and hopefully not upset about whatever we'll see what happens with whatever the announcement's going to be. But before that, hopefully, I would love to hear what your top 10, or however many number you choose, favorite tracks of Kingdom Hearts music. Tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear a bunch of yours and why. Do you have any particular stories associated with them like I did with mine? And also, if you liked this, let me know. I kind of want to do some more top 10, specifically top 10 favorite music tracks from different things, like Kirblogs like this in the future. So if you like these, let me know. I usually try to keep top 10 lists pretty, seldom, unless I have a specific purpose for them, and I figured just this would be fun, and I was kind of thinking of doing something like this for a while, so let me know. And then otherwise, once the announcement drops, feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts on that. I'm sure I'll tweet something about it in terms of if you want my opinion on whatever's going to be announced on today. But yeah, thanks for listening. Look forward to more in the future. I've got a few more other little quick Kirblog topics for this month that I'm going to be going into soon, including a review of Spider-Man Homecoming, some recounting Anime Expo memories, and probably a couple other things. So that'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in and listening and etc. And I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.